Hello there, and welcome to another bit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We are now in part 3, and today we are going to continue where we left off from part 2. And we have basically saved the Thin Bloods recently from total annihilation of the other vampires. They are going to retreat, but not before I exploit them a little bit. So that should be a bit of fun. So you get to see the arsehole within me. Not that that's going to be a very pleasant sight, but still.
If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right?
Not quite. Oh, wow. I could have said no. But, let's go with the Holy Stake. Interesting person.
But first, I had another question. How about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right?
Is a full blood transfusion possible in modern science today? I'll ask that for the medicine heads out there.
Unicorn blood?
It could be vampires, but also as unicorns.
I'll buy it. I'm gonna go get some money. Come back in a little while.
So, here's some money. So, so these are the Thin Bloods. They're weaker vampires. They probably don't have the powers that I do. And I do believe actually you can go up in generation from it, so go down in generation, so you can be closer to Kane and improve your powers. But I'm not sure if that only applies to the pen and paper RPG. But yeah, I'm not even sure if you can even choose your starting generation. You probably can't choose to be Kane. But then again, I've only just got into D&D, so I don't really know enough about pen and paper RPGs to be an authority on it. So they're leaving me alone. Just quickly talk to Lily.
His life's been hard on him. Both of us.
Moving a bit.
But he forgives me. We're
We are.
leaving soon.
I don't know why I did that. I just shuffled forwards. Didn't have to make it such a spectacular display of shit, really. Oh, you'll probably want your stuff back as well. Yes, I'm rather glad too, because I got some experience points. I don't know if I could have used the purse, opened it up and found some cash or lippy, but that's okay. I'd rather give it back to her. Pink probably isn't my colour anyway, so yeah. So, now we're going to try and get some unicorn blood later, but he's got to get the money first. So, I think I've got to leave him there for the time being. I've already got the Holy Stake of Antioch. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch is an item in Warhammer 40k as well. I think it's, because of course it is, it's in the Black Templars Codex. It's one of the old ones anyway. But yeah, good fun. And I would recite the quote if I could remember it, but I'm terrible at that, so I'm not going to bother. Jump on that fellow's car for the pure hell of it, and announce it as well, because that's what you do when you don't know what else to say. $75. So yeah, I still haven't rendered parts 1 and 2 yet, or uploaded them. So I'm going to have to address your comments in part 4, and I will have to address them in part 4. I'm going to quickly change my timer. So I've now got an hour to record, because I don't know how long I've been so far. And I apologise if it was too audible in the previous episode, but I need it in order to see it, and then I can wrap up. So yeah, so I think... yes, I remember I need to go back to the apartment for one little thing. If I could just go back there. I may also go to the pawn shop as well. Not that pawn shop. Although I think there is one. There is a shop that does indeed sell pornography. There's nothing behind there yet, because I need a higher inspection skill, which would reveal a key. 5, a favour. From LaCroix. It has come to our attention that a sample of werewolf blood has made it into the hands of the local tabloid, and they have sent it on onto the clinic in Santa Monica for testing. The responsible party has been dealt with most painfully, I can assure you. But for obvious reasons, we can't have anyone testing the blood. Please retrieve the blood and blood sample from the clinic and leave it in your mailbox. You will be compensated accordingly. SL. Very well. So,
To the port of Los Angeles a few hours ago.
right, they're not reporting on the other story. The other story being our destruction of the gang that was selling speed and astrolite. Burns as red as the devil's arsehole and twice as bright. Or was that... No, that was from Fallout New Vegas, when it sells thermite. Thermite. Who was pretty overpowered in cameo elements of power. He was a termite who specialised in flame-based attacks. He was of the flame element. Anyway, so... What do I want to do now? So... Right. Let's deal with... I said I'd deal with the asylum, so let's go there. Let's continue our main quest. Let's do something interesting instead of all these shitty little side quests. I mean, I know I love them. I know I want my XP. But, no, I really should get on with the job at hand. Quickly feed on this gentleman, hoping to God that no one sees, because it's a criminal offence. And the cops can chase after me, but only for a short time. And I'm stuck. There we go. Right. I don't know what happened there. One of the typical bugs that may come from a rushed game.
What do we have here? Another scrumptious young plaything straight out of life and into my club? You smell new, little girl, like fabric softener dew on freshly mowed astroturf. Oh, I'm not frightening you, am I, duckling?
Okay. Right. Frightening isn't the word I'd use. Exciting is more like it.
I can tell you and I are going to get along just like fire hoses. I'm the finger down your spine when all the lights are out, and the name on all the men's room walls. When I pout, the whole world tries to make me smile, and everyone always wants to know who is that girl.
You got to understand this was 2004. A finger down your spine was different back then. It's not like now where people like things up their asses, which is fine. It's fine, but just saying that people want prostate stimulation rather than spinal stimulation now. Not that I don't know anything on that. Do you have a name?
I am Jeanette. And this
I mean, I could have just gone to a
chaos
man's
crammed in
wall to
certifiable
find that, I
giggle
suppose.
is my club. I just love to give you funny feelings all night, sweetheart, but I really must trouble with some business. We'll reunite sweet and soon.
Funny feelings. I've already got a funny feeling, and I don't think it's the one she's talking about. So, whatever, later. So she's a little mad, as you can tell. Possibly not Arcadia. Save. I better just save my other game properly. Brujohn. Or Brujohn. Still haven't decided on the pronunciation of that yet. Of course, if I put this up on the internet and the comments told me how to do it, I would, but I haven't done that yet. I'm too excited to play the game. I enjoy the game too much. I could play game after game after game after game. What's that? 666 proof. Royalty free. Royalty free is a name of a drink, and it's 666 proof. 666% alcohol, I think that is. Which I don't know if that's possible.
You sure? I make a mean Bloody Mary. Yeah, too bad you ain't gonna put it out. No offense, but I got beautiful women around me all day, and you can say them enough. Now, can I get you something?
Really?
Therese? She's upstairs. She said she had business to attend to, but I can hear her and Jeanette bickering from here. Why do you need to see her? Damn, I wish it was my job. Go on up and see her. Take the elevator over there.
So it's similar to the guys where you'd say that you were there for an interview for a new bartender job, and he'd say go up there and kick her ass, which you don't, but you do. Well, you go up there. Oh dear, flirtation. Now this should be fun. Now you get to see how my mind works. Let's see which one's the best pickup line. What would I go for if I was flirting with a lady? I think I'd just probably go for number 4. But no, I need to seduce this lady because I need blood, so...
You are so not my type.
Oh dear, let's try again. Can I smell your hair? Yes, I think that's something I'd do.
I'm not gay.
For some reason, she says that when you're a guy, but I guess that's because she's implying that you're a girl, and that's bad. Times have changed, really. Or people say they are. I'm sorry. I'm trying to avoid like going into like identity politics and social justice and whatnot. Not to give away any one side of it, really, or give away my take on any one side, I should say. Found a gold ring. Were my seduction skill high enough, I may have found another.
Concealing that dirty, diseased mind, sin. You have no sin. Let's see who is without sin. Cast the fierce tone. Go ahead and mock me. You pull your pranks, make fun of my ways. It suits you. You're just one big joke. Don't you call me that. Should I start calling a duck a pig as well? I'm your sister. How can you treat me like this? That's it, Jeanette. Run away from the truth. I'll take care of everything, as always.
Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry about that. I should mute the microphone, but I don't know if it'll like affect the camera. I am new to this, and if I'm doing an hour-long recording and I've saved this far into the game,
come in. I do apologize for my
mess with it
sister's
too much.
crassness if it made you uncomfortable. She's unabashedly scandalous, but in the club business, I suppose that kind of personality is a necessary evil. Therese Voerman, yes. I'm the proprietor of this club, and the only person in this city whose good side it's in your best interest to stay on. What brings you to Santa Monica? Tongue's exile is self-imposed, I assure you. But then, what reason would I have not to hate that loathsome Nosferatu scoundrel? Bloody Nosferatu. They're so unclean.
That's another one they got right as well. Bloody. Bloody. She said it nicely, so okay, fine. I won't try and feed on her and call it an accident. I don't think you actually can. I think the feed attempt just fails, or it won't let you do it in the first place. Your phobias don't concern me. Why do you
He
hate
meddles
him?
in my affairs. He's a bad influence on my sister, and she
Because I
on
know
him.
not to mess with this
If
person.
you were in my place, would you let him compromise your authority? You most certainly would not. I'd quite like it if I never had to hear that name again. Why would I do that? Let him think I mean to kill him. That way I don't have to worry about him sabotaging everything. Do you realize how his subterfuge makes me look to the Camarilla? Tongue and his co-conspirators' actions ruined my chance at partnership in a crucial piece of property. I do have several other promising ventures, and one in particular has been, to say the least, an ordeal. I'd be willing to put the word out that my grievances with Tongue have been swept under the rug, but in return, you'll have to help me remove a particularly burdensome spirit from a property I'm looking to invest in. I forgot. You're still new to this. Allow me to break you in. Yes, ghosts exist. Werewolves, mummies, and I'd expect a whole lot of other things I've never seen share the night with us.
I don't think we get to see any mummies, but that'd be kind of cool if we did.
Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost may be used to draw it out or excise it from its haunt.
Right, I'm gonna have to get this
While
one
I
done
don't put a lot of
quickly.
stock in hearsay,
Shouldn't take
it's
too
my
long.
last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back.
This is why I wanted to dedicate a separate part of this one, because this one might take about the full hour. Hopefully not. I think it took me about 20-30 minutes last time.
Oh, I fully intend to do so. You'll find that dealing with me on the whole is appreciably more predictable than dealing with some of the egomaniacs that are my peers. So long as our business doesn't go sour, my word is gold.
Playing a bit of a sassy
Before
character.
I forget, take this. The only way to reach the Ocean House this time of night is through a tunnel in the sewers. You'll need that key to open the gate for that tunnel.
That's not an answer. That's an explanation. But okay, right.
Listen, you're young and naive, so I'll offer you this chance one more time. Continued existence versus a beautiful sunrise. I'd give it serious consideration. If you'll excuse me, I've got situations to set straight.
Now, maybe this is an extreme opinion, but I think that's railroading in an RPG. I like the option to say no, even if it's going to get my character killed, or bring them closer to their final death at least. Or, because, you know, God forbid, you know, I think I know the passwords to these. That's Bertram Tung, so an email from him. This is Jeanette's computer. She is the lady who's currently not in the room. Okay, so that's from Jeanette. I'm pretty sure it was rainbows. Oh shit, no contacts. I may have fucked up earlier. We'll probably figure it out later. That's okay. So the bathroom's locked, so we can't speak to Jeanette. And we can't access Therese's computer currently. Nice family portrait. So we're now being tasked to go to a haunted house and deal with a spirit there, with a scary, dairy, ghosty poo. I'm just going to see if there's a lady up here I can seduce as well. Can't seduce the blokes, strangely enough, even though I'm playing as a lass. I didn't go for the homosexual background, but it's fine.
Sheesh, is this place always so dead? I thought coming to LA was going to be more exciting than Arizona. I didn't come all this way just for watered down booze.
Arizona, Ians. Is that an Arizona accent? Please tell me.
Right. Goodbye.
Okay. Right, I'm not getting rid of her just so she can go to the blood bank. There is someone else I can send there, but in another nightclub, but and possibly my favourite nightclub as well, but rather than do that just yet. Now, just have a look at the quest log. Is there anything I want to do before we go there? No, fuck it, let's go there and then we'll do the side quest after if we've got time. So we need to use the sewers. I'm trying to remember what the sewers are.
These streets, look, lead to the spinal columns of the great beast Paul.
So one of the problems with the sewers in the game without the patch is that the textures are really blurry in some places. So you won't be able to read the maps or anything like that. The access points, the letters, because they're lettered A to Z, basically. So you won't know which ones to go through. So like access point A, you won't be able to read that very clearly without the patch, unless it's just a bug with my version of the game. And a GTX 1070 should be able to load the textures, no problem. But I think it was like that before the patch anyway, so... Yeah. If I'm going away for Christmas, I'll probably have to take the laptop with me and I can maybe try the game on there as well. So grab the key. Door's locked. Okay. So that was over there originally. It's not so scary the second time I saw it. I crapped my pants when I first saw this. Yeah. Okay. Carry on. See, I'm a scaredy cat. I don't do horror games. I mean, that's why Halloween on the channel is not very scary. But yeah, because I don't like being scared. So save the game again, because we're going to take a lot of damage, and there's virtually no enemies here. Yes, there's a poltergeist here, so they tend to chuck things around. Are there any skill books or anything? No pictures that are particularly weird. No, missed opportunity if you ask me. The elevator's fucked. There's nothing down here. Better take cover as best I can. Now I've got to go up those 2 stairs, I think. I'm just checking to see if there's any items of use. The lamp. Ah, fuck. I've got blood here, so I should be okay. Finally missing. Okay, so this is one of the side plots, basically, or well, the reason why you're here. It tells you a bit more about the ghost if you care about that kind of stuff. And if you're playing this yourself, I would recommend looking into that story because it's quite interesting. So it doesn't matter which staircase you go up; they both break. So it's either there or there, I think, where it breaks. So the power status is just completely out, so we need to restore the power. We don't really need to lockpick the door, I don't think. It's a difficulty of 8. Can't open that yet. So we've got to go the other way. Love that sound. Anything else here? No? Okay, right. Go through here. Oh. Child's severed head found in hotel laundry room. Oh dear. There, E button. I'm pressing all these fucking buttons. Come on, I want to go through. Yeah, this game has a real problem with doors. If you touch the door before it fully opens, it closes on you again. Like, not interact with the door, just tap it with your foot or your face. There. That's fake news. I was expecting a child's head in there. 0 out of 10. No child's head. Now I think I saw under there feet. I can't remember. That might have been removed in the patch, I'm not sure. Those feet behind, I can't remember. Pretty sure there was. That's it. My mind's playing tricks on me. And now I've got a fucking load. Shit. Now as a vampire I can regenerate health, but that's no excuse for taking damage recklessly. So I just generate it passively over time. So that's the power restored. Sounds very much like the Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars soundtrack, which I loved. Hotel Ubu has the most beautiful song in video game history. Well, one of them anyway. Fuck, what the hell was that? Conking me on the head. Anything in here? Anything of use? Any skill books? I can hear something snapping. See, this is why I don't play games with the sound on, because they do scary things that I don't like. There's another jump scare here. Blah! Oh no, there isn't. there's a ghost over there. Save the game before I die of something slamming into my head. Phone's going. Try and get away from it. Go for the picture. Oh, fuck you. The elevator's still fucked. I need to go into one of these rooms. Lots of stuff that can go wrong in here. Take cover. There we go. That wasn't so hard. Oh, no, I can't. What's going on? I can't. Get out of crouch mode, please. Thank you. Fuck me. The ghost of game developers past is affecting the game. Oh, I keep pressing right click by accident to get out of shit. I don't really want to stare at this too long because I don't know if something bad's going to happen. God. But yeah, I imagine there'd be a little person in there that jumps out and eats my nose for whatever reason. Have you ever had your nose eaten? Tell me in the comments section below. I've been in there before. I think I was supposed to pick up a key or something. Or I've got to explore all of the jump scares over there. I know I had to go over there for some reason. Did I get what I needed? I can't remember. Key, diary. I think it was a diary I needed. Or was that later? I'm not supposed to answer the phone, I know that much. Well, not that you can answer it anyway. It's just ringing ominously, if that's the word. I don't know why I'm chuckling to myself. I'm just giggling like a madman. Now I am supposed to come in here, but I haven't got the looks. What am I supposed to do? I've completely forgot. I know I'm supposed to be in there for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was. I'm missing a fucking item. I am shit at this game. The thing is I think my fear had driven me to get it done as fast as possible. Is that it? The ghost should be over there, I think. Turn my back, maybe that way. Another body. Please said second child was chopped up like firewood. Is there a key? Get a key, an item, the fucking something. Move that shit because it would stumble. I thought I saw a key down there. Anything at all? Aha! There's a key in the drawer. Get out. Bell of a bicycle. Oh, I can't see the bicycle. There's a ghost down there glowing, guiding the way like a quest marker. Thank you. Anything else here? Murder suicide. I better remove that image from the screen because might end up triggering some kind of graphic content doodad from YouTube, and they probably don't like that. So yeah, murder suicide. So it could have been the reason why the hotel burnt down. Might have to do with the murder that took place. Is there anything in that room over there? diary. Let's have a look. Should we read the diary? Wherever the hell it is. Where's it gone? Oh, there. Right, okay. This is the charred remains of what looks like a diary. I'll let you guys have a look at it very quickly, if you want to read it. So again, just pause if you want to read this. Okay. I don't know if you do, but yeah. I'm not reading it. I've already read this. Basically, family is on holiday. They're Ed, the husband, believes that the wife is cheating because she has I think it was a necklace given to her by a friend. The husband doesn't believe her, and so basically falls depressed, and he goes psycho and kills her basically. Any day now. Please open the door. Please, today. I don't want to die in a kitchen. I mean, unless it's full of food and whatnot, then that's fine, but... Fucking hell. I bet the devs had fun trying to balance this, didn't they? Oh shit, is the other door? Is that other fucking door? Right now, finally! How much damage do you have to take before it eventually opens? Very quickly, is there anything in here? I don't see why there'd be ammunition, but you never know. Break that shit open. I've had enough of this. Get me out of there. I like the thud, but it didn't really have the impact for it, unfortunately. Ho-hum. Right. Now then. These rooms don't... Sorry, I had a doorknob, but I couldn't open it. So these rooms don't really have anything important in them, but spooky, scary, skeleton things happen. So, yeah. Yeah, it's YouTuber bait, as some people call it. So I'm supposed to feign shock and outrage. Right, that's enough of that. Time to be boring again. Go up there. There we go. It works. Is that fire? It's going to kill me. Doesn't seem to do anything. Ah! Kind of does, I think. It's up in a way. Can't open that. Oh, shit. Shit. Is that it? I think I better use another. Oh, this is nice and pleasant. Can't really see that painting on the wall. That's something the unofficial patch needs to solve. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is a picture of Lilith feeding on someone. Or she's lamenting over the loss of someone. I don't know. Lilith, I should explain, being the wife of Cain, I think. Right, that's done. Excellent. Nice lighthouse. Nice lightning that happened. And if I'm not mistaken, if that is not... Well, I don't see why it would be Santa Monica. That may well be the Elizabeth Dane, or it's an oil rig. Now, why there be an oil rig next to a holiday location, or rather, why there be a holiday location next to an oil rig, I have no idea. I wonder if it'd be loud as well. You wouldn't get very far by saying it's okay. My husband works on an oil rig, though. Well, that's good that I got an axe, but I really do need to get out of here. Can I get down there without? That's a bit of a fucking try. Thank God for that. Any last fuck yous before I leave? No vases you want to throw in my bastard fate? I managed to catch that. Yeah. Nothing particularly spooky, scary, skeleton-like. So, that was our escapade through the Ocean House Hotel. How nice. And how long have we got left? 28 minutes. Not bad at all. 28 minutes on the dot as well. So that gives us lots of time to do other things as well. Save the game. Feed on the rat. It doesn't really matter which exit we take, as long as we take one. The map, as you already know, is pretty small, so it should be fine wherever we go. It won't take us 5 minutes. So this is what I mean about like the maps being really low texture. Like you wouldn't even see it this clearly. So looking at the map was pointless because the textures wouldn't load properly. I had a funny bug yesterday in Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. So I think I said earlier that I was facing the golem, or the golem, however you pronounce it. And sometimes he would be loaded with different textures. So one day he had like, because my character was like from the Crusades, so he wore like the Christian Red Cross tabard, and the golem's all of its skin was just covered in like this red cross, like just mishmashes of crosses. and then the next time, like the character portrait for one of my companions, Wilhelm. It's not Wilhelm, but Willem. It was just like plastered all over this thing that he smashed up, and I thought that was so funny. So yeah, so it appears as though Vampire has had problems with textures in the past, but I'm not criticizing the game heavily for that. These things happen, obviously. Now I wonder if... Now, let me just check very quickly my computer skill. Hacking is determined by wits and computer. Do I have... No, I don't have Auspex, because that would increase my wit... my wits and perception. Sorry, the bins are coming in. I've got 6 experience points to spend. Let's have a look at what we should spend them on. Now, I am going to get into combat very soon. I would very much like to improve a power. I think I'll go for presence to improve my dialogue options. Dodge is fine, brawl is fine. I'll probably go for brawl next as my next combat skill. Maybe stamina, but I'm pretty sure I want to go for computer skill next. So save the game as well, because this is going to be quite hard. We need to get the werewolf blood now. That has been shit. I don't want to get caught. You only get 2 chances with this guy. So I'll probably end up having to kill him anyway, but oh well. Oh, if only it was a Nosferatu. I could have had Obfuscate. So now I think that one of these rooms is prescriptions. Shit. Now, one of the cool things about this is that this area that I really tried to go for earlier is if you have a high enough persuasion skill, you can say you're an engineer and you can walk freely here, so you don't have to sneak, which is obviously way better than having to sneak around. Now, very quickly save again. I save way more often than this, by the way, when I'm not recording. Jesus, I am a bugger for it, I really am. Prescription bottle, and some more estrogen. Now, what was that other pill bottle we got? Prescription bottle, orthotricycline. Tricycline, I think it is. Failure to take as prescribed could result in 18 years of responsibility. Now, I'm guessing that's contraception. So, or contraceptive. I think that's contraception? Contraceptive? I think it's contraceptive. Yeah. I claim to have a vast vocabulary and I can't fucking use it. But even then I don't know my fucking words, so... Excellent. So yeah. I don't know about 18 years, it's more like 25 in my case. Anyway. I need the password for this one. I don't know why I tried hacking. Camera 1. Just substances camera off. That's fine. So that one's off. Now I just need to break into controlled substances. 5 again. 5 again. So F5 again. That's my save button. And I need panacea. Right, I've already got the panacea code, so that's fine. Save again. Can I go around here without being seen? Right, if I... Shit! Now, our specs would allow me to see through walls. Or... I could just do this. And hopefully not be seen. Just gotta wait for the guard to... Oh, shit! Hang on. So it's a criminal... I think it was because I was in one of the rooms. So maybe... Right, let's just let him pass. Just let him pass. Save again. So then when I reload the save, I'm spending less time. Stealth, everybody! Isn't this wonderful? Looking at a door, waiting for a guy to pass. Right, now he's gone past, I'll save. Now we're starting to look like what I'd be doing if I wasn't recording. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We do appear to need the key. We're gonna have to kill somebody in a really bad way. Now the thing is, I can't feed as fast as I can. I can't sneak as fast as he can walk. You motherfucker.
This area is for... You can let yourself out.
Thank you. My God. Okay. So I use the key, but I can't actually break into here. Ah, I know why.
You can let yourself...
Right, okay. So it's because I need the password here. CS cabinets. Use blood buff doesn't work on hacking, I don't think. It's a 5-letter word. I'm trying to think of what it might have been. Oh, sorry. Aha! It's Paige! So, I remember now. So, as I was saying earlier, the pre-patch, so the pre-patch. I'm used to WoW. Please excuse me. The unofficial patch unlocks presence options, which previously weren't working because they are a feature of the game, but they fucked up without the patch. So unless there's something wrong with my version of the game, this game launched pretty shittily. That's why so many people recommend the patch. It's kind of assumed that you play the game without it. Blood allegedly taken from a werewolf. Very nice. Type 0. Very nice. Or type O, as I said. So type 0, what am I about? Type 0. Christ on a bike. Type O. Type "Oh Lord, he coming" if you're in the Facebook group of This Cat is Chonky. So I've delivered the werewolf blood by putting it in the mailbox. And I do believe... Okay, bear with me. No, not quite. Quit. Thank you. I think that's about it for the side quests for now. We can do more, but we'd have to talk to Arthur Kilpatrick. Okay, check my emails. Right, okay, so... And the Masquerade has been redeemed, so if I had violated it before, I get 1 redemption, I think, or it fully redeems me. I don't think it would. I think it just gives you 1 redemption. So you still have to face vampire hunters and things like that. Still no spare key there. Oh well. So yeah. Your assistance was much appreciated in regards to the werewolf blood. Please find your payment in the mailbox if you haven't done so already. Sebastian LaCroix. Thank you. Money chip. $150. A lot of money left lying around. Funny that. Get to know our other residents as well. So the name is scratched off conveniently. They're there to support us. Onward. And what are we going to do now? So we've got paid. Everything's fine there. So we need to return the pendant to Therese. Talk to Thin Bloods, that's fine. Don't need to do replanting a lily. Mercuria wants me to deal with the... Okay, that's fine, we've got to do it later. We've got to solve everything with the ghost that haunts midnight. I think that's... Yeah, we've kind of done everything we can so far. Unless... No. Let's hand in the quest. Let's do one thing at a time. And then if we've got time later, I'll have a look at the pawn shop, as I said we would in part 2. Pretty sure I did. It might have been part 3. Or we see Arthur Kilpatrick. We'll see what we can get done. We've got 15 minutes, so we're not going to have much time to do that, but at least we can pick those up and get started, and I can tell you where that leads us next. My blood count's doing fine as well. As long as I'm not brought into any immediate combat, I should be alright. Or pot picking.
Not even a knock? I could have been undressing. And who knows what I would have had to do to you. You're here to see Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria, aren't you?
What should we go for? Yeah, I'll go for
Therese is out making a show of how well her lips fit on the pants seat of the Camarilla. Did you happen to find her chastity belt or something?
Okay.
Ooh, can I see it?
All right then.
It's beautiful, like a knight in shining armor, dangling at the end of a noose.
Probably not the best of ideas. Oh dear. Oh, what have I got myself into?
That was cliche and predictable, but you can say it any time, and I'll act like you were the first and only.
So my seduce skill isn't that high. Enough to give me the option, but, well, not enough to actually have any effect. Shit. Oh well.
Oh, did she now? I spend a few nights with Bertram, and all of a sudden he's the pox of Santa Monica. Paranoia and Therese have been bedfellows for longer than I can remember. Indulge my curiosity. What did you really think of Therese? I wish I could do something about
I'm such a
it, but
boring
Bertram
person,
won't
I
believe it's
know.
off until he hears Therese say it's off. And as I told you, I'm really not sure where Therese is. However... Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
Oh, because I've been given the dialogue option. Why not?
I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet. I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long. Oh, and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
I don't know why the audio just dropped dramatically then. So I can't access Jeanette's laptop, but I can access Teresa's computer. No, I can't, can I? Let's have a look. I don't know the passwords. I'll try this one. How many letters for this one again? I'll try Camarilla here just in case. Not sure if that's even the correct spelling, but well, I gave it a try. So now we have to go slash the paintings at an art gallery because there is a kindred who is trying to, a vampire who's trying to make their way in, carve themselves a little place in Santa Monica. Let's see if I can seduce.
So not my time.
The answer is no, I can't. Oh dear. Now I am going to need some blood for this. So I've got money. I can pay for a lady. What am I doing? $605. That's plenty.
Hey, honey, looking for a date?
She doesn't look as though she wants a date. Now, more like it. That all depends how much.
I don't get to do women often. Especially ones as cute as you, sugar. Tell you what,
I don't quite
40
believe
cents.
that. Sorry, that my character is that cute. That sounds
I promise.
perfect. You
Won't
can
regret.
actually drop the price down to 20 if you have a high enough
Let's
haggle
go
skill, which I
somewhere
think is
warm.
basically haggle of 1.
Intimate. You lead the
Or
way.
2 rather. But
Okay.
I'm not
honey.
really that interested in
Let's
haggle.
see what
So,
you got.
yeah. And it's $20. I don't need it. So yeah, so they follow you here, and they'll let you know when it's safe. And you can do this even as there's people around because they think this is perfectly normal. I mean, chomping on someone's neck. So the art gallery we're going to now. And now we're going to see another character of comic relief. How nice. Save the game. Save me the walk.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you are committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in.
I think I'll go for persuasion this time.
What call are you talking about there, Missy? And who might you be then, Missy? Yeah? That pay well? If taking one look at you, I'd say no. No shame in that. Us working class folks gotta look out for our own. You get a promotion out of it. How about
True that.
and a cup of joe?
This is Officer Chunk. A bear claw. What is a bear claw? I know it's American cuisine of a sort, but
I'll let you in, but I'll be filing a 62A on this when I get back to the security station after my shift. Just so you're aware.
45 days.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I mean, who wouldn't file a 45B, huh? Everyone knows about 45B. Anyway, go ahead on in and you have yourself a nice night.
Thank you. Although, if you don't mind, I'd like to go through the back. Or through if it's all the same to you. I don't know why. I've always just preferred that. Maybe it's some kind of pathological thing. Now, I could steal the charity box and lose a bit of humanity, but it's only 1 humanity, and it's $250, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So, now we've got to slash the paintings in order. It's no good just punching them, from what I understand. Shame, because I do love a good punch in it. So, Cain slays Abel. Cain spurns Lilith, who looks like she's pregnant in that picture, I think, and there's blood from I don't think his fangs would be that wide. Cain cursed by God, and Cain meets Lilith. So we've got to find out which ones are the right order. Let's see if my biblical lore is correct. Cain cursed by God. Cain meets Lilith. And Cain spurns Lilith. I'm probably very ill prepared for this because I need to equip my fists because I haven't got any melee skill. Okay. Just run around quickly, just try to lose the guy. Right, let's go with everything. Let's go overkill. Right, punch the motherfucker. Now this guy, if you've got firearms, is hell because he moves around quite quickly. I mean, not in melee range, obviously, but when I first tried to kill this guy, I was stuck on this spot for quite a while because I didn't know how to kill him and I'd focused on firearms. So I looked for hints and tips, and what did they suggest? they suggested going into melee. Basically, it's like firearms are shite to go into melee, and that's kind of what told me why. That basically told me that I should have gone for a different skill set entirely. So I returned to the game, keeping that knowledge in mind. About 2 years later, and in fact, no, I don't think it was even that. And lo and behold, I started to enjoy the game. How nice! So, the Blood Guardian has been slain, and now we get to return to Jeanette or Therese and report our news. Now, we've got 3 minutes left. If it's alright, yeah. Sorry, I was expecting something else then.
How could you give her that item from the hotel? Do you know what she did with it? She threw it into the Pacific. Do you know what this means? It means that I can't get rid of the spirit now, which means that that property is useless to me. And to make matters worse, someone's just gone and ruined my event at the gallery. Shut up! I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. Because of them, I'm in a worse position than I was before. The Ocean House is worthless. So our business is forfeit. The feud is on. I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile. But I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
I've cancelled the timer because we're going to end this storyline here, and that'll allow us to then meet Bertrand Tongue. However, that will remain for part 4.
For all her unwholesome diversions and irritating disruptions, I should be less tolerant of her. She is my sister, however, and I suppose I'm obligated to forgive her her trespasses. I did sire her after all.
So,
Please, be quick about it.
Not yet. Okay. So, I have failed 2 quests because I have trapped the spirit of the doomed woman in the ocean because I didn't give the pendant to Jeanette. Although, how the spirit would be released, I have no idea. Was Therese going to use some kind of magic on it? I have no idea. But also as well, I slashed the art gallery, which was her art gallery, because after all, she is a kindred starting a startup business. Basically, she wants to carve herself a place in Santa Monica, and Jeanette wasn't overly pleased with Therese, and so Therese is kind of lost out now. So I'm gonna say this much: there is a bit of a sad story to those two. And Vampire is not afraid to go into the grisly details, and that's something I have to admire about it. That it's not afraid to tell a story that's very grim and still to this day quite a grim and touchy subject. But yeah, I'll let you guys see for yourselves soon enough. And I'm glad as well that games can talk about this stuff and not get shit for it. In fact, I wonder if there was a controversy around it. You'll see soon enough. Shit. Right. Okay. So we are now under attack. It's time to use a bit of potence. So shotguns, as we've learnt here, hurt. 38's not so much. Fists hurt more. That guy's dead, so I can feed on this one. So I was about to go to the telephone, but these Sabat thugs were waiting for me. Because Jeanette was supposed to be waiting for me here. You'll understand how that wasn't going to work. So it is telling me I've already got a shotgun, isn't it? Yes, I've got the Yatharka M37. So that's not the best shotgun in the game, but it is one of the the nice ones. And these are all the different weapons here. Truly a tool made for madmen. Who else would attack a fire with a blade? I like that. I don't think this is the original stuff for it. So the original flavor text, I think. I know those two were, but I don't remember the knife or fire axe ones. Very funny though. Anyway.
It was a setup. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. Therese tried to have you killed. I had to lock myself in the bathroom.
Tell me
now she's got a
that,
gun Please,
that
you have to help me.
did that happen? I looked away for a second, and the phone had. I saw the phone flip out the character's hand. Only in the corner of my eye, though. Again, a dream.
She'll kill anyone who gets in the way of her becoming the dog of Santa Monica.
Alright, I'm coming up. I can't say anything cruel. Did it get it? Did it again? What sorcery is this? Right, I'm going to feed on this guy because there's no witnesses, but I will lose humanity if he dies. So I shan't kill him. Any change lying around by any chance? Anything that I could perhaps use? Sepsi Cola. So onward we go. I keep saying that all the time. I've got to stop doing that. To fill the silence. I need something else to talk about. This is why I should have uploaded the videos sooner, because then if I had comments to talk about anything, even though I'd probably forget, I'd try and address them as best as I could. Given that I am a quivering mess. Oh, I want to show something very quickly. No, we'll do it to end. We'll do it on the ending note, because it might be a bit of a laugh after the things that happen here. Save, because I don't know what's going to happen here.
You stay out of this. To think anyone would risk their life for this filthy, tainted waste of blood.
I gotta see who's talking now.
Help! Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear! Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
So, if you haven't guessed already, if you hadn't figured it out before, Therese and Jeanette have a split personality disorder. Their vampire clan is Malkavian, due to their insanity or their mental illness disorder. I'm not qualified enough to say which one. Also, interesting note as well, I think they have two different eye colours, which is a typical sign of Malkavians. I think it's like, it's not monochromia, but it's something along those lines where they have their eye colours are different, again, to reflect their madness here, in the case of this. Not that people with that ordinarily have split personality disorder, it's just a visual thing for the game. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
I'm about to rid
Yeah, she has
the
one
night of
blue eye,
this
one green eye, I
deviant,
think.
Backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be?
I've had to listen to this 3 times and it doesn't get any easier.
Love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead. Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
It doesn't matter, she's going to tell you
That's
anyway,
right,
so...
Jeanette. No one wants to hear your lies. I was the good girl. You were the wicked one. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me. Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down. Blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember?
Sorry, I just
They
figured
tried
out what they
to
meant by
save
last
me, but I
sunrise.
refused.
Last
I
sunrise
chose
is
this
the
life
sunrise.
and brought
Immortals.
you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten. She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you. As I said, to trust Jeanette is to trust a famished jackal not to eat you while you sleep. Therese will never let you live. You've disappointed her. I used you, yes, but I didn't try to have you killed. Therese has no problem with killing, do you? Remember Father? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
It doesn't matter which one I go for. I'm going to press them both at the same time and see what comes up.
I was always good to Father, but Jeanette made him miserable. Over the years, it all became too much for him. I think she broke his heart, so he killed himself right in our room. Killed himself? Therese, you placed his finger on the trigger once you blew his mind all over the silly clown wallpaper. Right after he found me in your bed and thought I was you. He was always angry at you. You drove him to drink. When he died, he was in torment. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
I must admit, I thought, despite how horrible this topic is, I do like that line there.
As you shouldn't. I'm afraid, sister, I must write your ending in this family's saga. And I want you to know I do so with great anguish and disappointment. I had such hopes that you'd change for the better with my guidance. But so, sweet sister, is this how it has to end? I admit I always knew this night might come. Well, any message you want me to give Father? An apology? A love letter?
So I suppose it didn't really go into too much detail there. Basically, what had happened was that Therese was frequently molested by her father, and one day she found her father with Jeanette. One day he was drunk, and Therese killed their father, and since then they sort of took on the split personality because and Therese, thinking that was just an average sign of love, was jealous, and that's why she killed him. So that's what happened. Just someone, I think one of the two dies, and I can't remember which one it is. I think it determines.
I should turn this on you next, but I won't. Without Jeanette's assistance. Tongue, you're no threat. I'll call off the feud if that will get you out of my city.
Okay. So,
Tongue's
you
hiding
can
out
tell
in an abandoned oil tank at the old gas station.
one of the two to
I'll
grab the
tell him
gun,
one condition
and
is
whoever you tell to grab the
for
gun
me.
will kill the other.
Our business then is finally complete. What you witnessed here, not a word to anyone.
And it appears as though her eye colour is now full. I'm not quite sure if that was ever a thing, though. Maybe it's just me.
Do try to stay cautious. I'd hate to see one so promising meet an end because of wayward trust in another. I may have need of someone like you in a few years, if you're still around.
So that's pretty much the end of their storyline. So, from what I understand, if you choose option 3, it goes with the person who you sided the most. Originally, I was going with Therese more. And the two characters sort of represent the two factions in the game that you can side with. And I use that term quite generously. You really are sort of railroaded more into Camarilla, but you can do more things to stop the Camarilla doing what they do. So I think that's what it does anyway, but I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, this is the funny bit here. Not so funny because the ladies' dance moves are a lot better than the blokes. That's the blokes there. Look at that. He's fucking mental. He's dancing like I would. Look at that. Brilliant. That's the most physical movement you're going to see from me. Physical anything for that matter. It's the only sign of life I'll ever show in a video, I think. Besides looking stupid at a camera. Anyway. So that's... Bloody hell, I'm out of breath after that. Christ almighty. So let's see. Does this lady have a higher opinion of me after solving the problems here?
My boyfriend will be
No.
back any minute.
No. Oh, well. I just realised what this guy looks like. The mask. That's the Dark Brotherhood armour from Morrowind. I don't know about the gloves, the boots, the trousers, or the belt. I think it's got a skull on it. Don't get any ideas what I was doing there. Is his ribs supposed to come out like that? I don't know. Yeah, so that reminds me of the Dark Brotherhood armour from Morrowind. It was like the most powerful armour in the game, at least light armour anyway. But you needed a DLC for it. And you had to kill your first Dark Brotherhood assassin, which was not easy when you're incredibly low level. Good job of this console commands, though. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's it for this part, I believe. I really do need to get into the business of actually learning these. I want to continue playing. I want to do part 4. How much time have I got in the day? Because I've got to get things sorted for 4 o'clock. Shit. I've got another hour. I could have another hour, just one more hour. Because I don't really know what else I'm going to do in my day. No, let's carry on. Right, let's pick up some quests, then we'll finish.
Yep, sure do.
It's like if Mr. Plinkett could walk.
I gotta have a few
My stomach's growling. That really is a sign that I need to get off now.
plus a bounty.
Okay, so this is the bail bonds person, so he hires bounty hunters to deal with shit. I'm just skipping through the dialogue just so we can get to the quests.
Yep, damn good. Well, I don't. Great. I suppose.
Right, okay, so that's that one done. So we now have to find the missing bounty hunter, amongst other things. Let's have a look in the quest log and see if there's anything else I need to do before we finish, because finding the bounty hunter I think has to do with something else as well. So Daydream Believer, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to a song, Beatles song possibly. Replanting Lily, those two can wait, they're not important. Explosive Beginning isn't really going to happen until I help Nox with another quest that isn't here. Have I done it? No, I can't have done it. Aha! We need to do something else very quickly. So much for the consistent Let's Play times. Rather part times, episode times. What am I looking for? Not diary, wallets. Right, 1 second. I just need to double check my quest log. Something Rivalry Bad Blood. Slash to be blood, trigger treatment. Right, so okay, that's a different quest. Oh, that's right. Yes, that was. I think the tutorial, because that takes it down. That takes place in downtown. Okay, cast and return. It appears to have taken away a quest item that I needed from Nox. Although I don't suppose I've actually agreed to help Nox just yet, so I'll talk to him later if he's at the club or if he's at the other place that I forgot the name of. Shit. Right, okay. I shall get myself in front of the suites and then I shall continue with part 4. So I'm going to render the videos. I'm going to upload the first one probably today, get the next one out because my folks are on holiday, so I'm not going to have much time to record. That's why I said I think in part 1 that I'm not going to be too committal to this, and as well depending on my plans for Christmas because of elements that are out of my control, I may be able to oh, I see they're investigating the art gallery. I may be able to record further. in December, but we shall see. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you've all had a pleasant time with this. I apologise that we had to end on such a dark note, but I do hope that my dancing has cheered everyone up. So again, thank you all for watching. Take care. Ta-ta for now.